Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you subscribe and also do like the video. So listen, you guys, I just watched the recent episode of The Real Housewives of Durban, and of course they took a trip to Johannesburg. As big as South Africa is, with all of the vacation locations they could have chosen, they chose to go to Johannesburg. Okay, let me say this, you guys. Johannesburg is beautiful. Okay, Johannesburg is very, very beautiful, but it's a place of gold. Okay, we go there to dig the gold. We go there to work. We go there to get the bag. Okay, but when we vacation, we don't go to the Joburg. Okay, the Joburg people come to here. Okay, they come to the Durban. Okay. They go to the Cape Town, okay? They go outside of the country to vacation. Okay, so I still cannot get over the fact that these women thought we need a weekend away. Where do we go? Johannesburg, okay? And it's on Real Housewives of Durban. Real Housewives decided they are going to go to, the only way I can make sense of this trip is if really like that place, the owners of that place, they were like, we really just need this promotion. You guys are going to come here and stay for free. And they negotiated something with the producers, and they were like, no, you guys. And also, they are still going to have another trip. Okay. That's the only way I can understand the trip to, because I do not understand Real Housewives going to Joburg for their trip. Okay, if it was the Real Housewives of Lagos coming to Joburg, I get it. Okay, Real Housewives, you understand what I'm saying? But Real Housewives of Durban going to Joburg for the weekend? What is the hell? Okay, what the hell is going on? Okay, listen, you guys, everybody is there, but Precious is not there. Are we shocked? I'm not shocked, because if I was Precious, I'm not wanting to take a weekend to Johannesburg for the reasons that I just gave, but I also don't want to go with people that just want to prove that I'm a bad businesswoman every chance that they get. So I support Precious in Precious saying her daughter is sick, even though her daughter is not sick. Okay. But if I was Precious, I would have just told the truth, because that's just part of being an adult, guys. Guys, listen, I feel like every time that we are together, you guys are always coming for my business. And if I take a weekend away and I have to stay away from my business and I have to stay away from my family, my kids, I have to go away with people that I'm going to have fun with. I don't think I can do that with you guys. And so I'm not coming. I don't know why it's so difficult for these women to tell the truth. Just tell the truth. You're not going because you don't want to spend time with these women, because they're not very supportive and they're not very positive when you are around them. Your daughter is not sick, ma'am. Just tell them the truth, okay? Why are you lying? Why you lie? Why you lie? You remember that? Why you lie? Why you lie? It's a rap. I know some of you are too old. Don't allow it, okay? I'm old too, but I know that song. Why you lie? Nina niyavuma ukuguga inkinga. So again, they are in Joburg, you guys. I can't get over it, but they are in Joburg. The nice thing about the Joburg trip, you guys, is that Londie London shows up. I mean, guys, oh, to top it up, they could have just arranged for Lassie to show up. I mean, the combination of Lassie and Londie London would have been like so perfect, okay? I was waiting, I was like looking at, I'm like, where is Lassie? It just would have been perfect for me, you guys, because both Londie London and Lassie are like my favorite, okay? Favorite, okay? Them and Umabus. Of course, Umabus had such a horrible season last season. I was like, no, she needs to rest this season. She must rest, okay? She must rest, but I love Mabus, okay? You can't say anything about Mabus. I love Mabus. But she had a horrible season last season, so she can rest this season. So honestly, you guys, I think it's a good thing that Londie London really showed up for this trip. And people were saying Sorisha is being messy in bringing Londie London. And I say, yes, I agree. She's being messy. But I also think it wasn't Sorisha's idea. We all know that, okay? because Sorisha is not really friends with Londie London. I know. It's the producers that invited Londie London, but they had to pretend that it's Sorisha. You understand, guys? How long have we been watching reality TV shows? Okay, so let's pretend. Okay, we know it's not her that really invited Londie, but let's pretend, guys. Wasn't Sorisha so messy? Okay, Sorisha was so messy by inviting Londie London to the trip. Sorisha is so messy. She just wanted Londie London to come so that she can fight with Jojo. We have to pretend that we don't know. But you guys, I thought that there was a nice addition, you guys. I was wondering when Londie London was going to show up because they had talked about her being part of the cast, you guys. Londie London, it really is reality TV thing. She has that thing. She's like Lassie. She's like Unonko. Like, they really do well with reality TV shows, whether you like them or not. Nonko is like not my favorite person on Real Housewives, but I always say they can never really do Real Housewives of Durban without Nonko. She is the Real Housewives of Durban. You need Nonko to do a season, okay? If Nonko says she's not doing a season, I don't know what they would do, okay? So even with Londie London, you guys, she has that thing where she does reality TV very, very well. And I think one of those things that make her do so well is that she comes in and she is herself, okay? Except for that relationship that she came and showed us in that season where she said she was married, and then she ended up not being married, and then she hadn't paid, the lobola hadn't paid, but then it was paid, but then it wasn't paid. Yeah. But other than that, you guys, she really is a good reality TV cast, okay? She's a good... Whoever thought of Londie London for Real Housewives did well. I remember back in the day wondering, I was thinking of London, but she really does well. She does TV very, very well. So I like the fact that she's visiting, because with this lady, sometimes all we are getting this season is, you know, how about me? You know, so I really like the fact that she showed up. Also, you guys, I do feel like even though other people are trying to call out to Nonko on her behavior or misbehavior or whatever you want to call it, I do feel like the newbies are a little bit intimidated by Ononko. So we do need somebody that is sort of an equal to Ononko, but that is not on Nonko's side, if you know what I mean. Because for reality TV to do well, you guys, you can't have all of the OGs on the same side. When you have all of the OGs on the same side, then you have the OGs versus the newbies. And the newbies are always going to be a little bit intimidated by the OGs. And so you're not going to get the good show, because you have to have somebody that is going to stand like by Martin Gambe 10 toes down against the other person. Also, to listen, I'm not the person, I'm not the one, okay? I'm the wrong one or I'm the right one, whichever they choose, okay? Because you can be the right one sometimes, and sometimes you're the wrong one. You understand what I'm saying? So I felt like the bringing of Londie London is a good thing. Another thing was that Sorisha is trying to create this whole thing of now being this matured one that is like, you know, bring every guys, no, we can't do that, we can't go low. And I'm like, guys, listen, reality TV shows is about going low, okay? Now, if you don't go low, the show is going to be, you know, boring a little bit, okay? We need the person that goes low, but you just have to be able to, you know, manage your low, okay? You just go low and then go up and then go low and then go up. You understand what I'm saying? So I really like the fact that they brought on Londie London. Now let's talk about this whole thing of Unonku saying Londie London said something about Jojo. Listen, you guys, I do think that the producers might actually have a footage of Londie London saying something about Jojo. But so far, you guys, I don't believe it. I do believe that, I do feel like from what we know of Londie London in this reality TV show, except for her relationship where she wasn't really clear about that whole thing of whether she was married or not or whatever. But I feel like the experience that we have is of her telling the truth as far as what she said about people behind their back or in front of their faces, okay? So I kind of feel like Londie London is telling the truth when she says that she did not say anything about Jojo, because I also don't remember Londie London saying something about Jojo. I feel like maybe Noku wanted Jojo to join her in hating Londie London because she knew that Jojo liked Londie London. So when she came back from mid-trip as a Jamaica, she wanted Jojo to be in the same team as her, hating Londie London. But I feel like it was unnecessary because it does not matter if somebody says something about but about Ujojo. Ujojo is going to join Nonku in whatever struggle that Nonku is in. Okay, Nonku might want to kill the president for no reason, honey, and Ujojo is going to support Nonku. So it really was unnecessary for Nonku to tell that lie to Ujojo. Okay, she could have just come back from the trip and said, I now hate Londie London, and Jojo would have hated Londie London. So it was an unnecessary lie. Okay, the confrontation between Londie London and Nonku, honey, was reality TV. Just I liked it, okay, because Londie London was straightforward to say, listen, you blocked me on social media. What is that about? Okay, and then Jojo was like, it's because Konjo, what did she do? I like it, you guys, because I was like, yeah, come on. Okay, let's get a matured person that is not going to go somewhere and call Sorisha on the side and say, this person, and then call another. I just said, why did you block me? Okay, let's talk about it right now. But the fact that Jojo had to confirm with Nonku to say, Konjo, what did she say? So basically you block somebody, but you can't even remember why you blocked them. Okay, she's like, oh, because Nonku came back and said that you said something about me. What did I say? Okay, I am tempted, you guys, to believe that Londie London did not say the thing. Okay, I just feel like Nonku wanted, a team. Okay, I do feel like, you guys, if they do want to resolve it, because I do think that Londie London and Jojo never really had issues except for that time when Londie London did not want to sing at Jojo's event, remember? But they had resolved that, okay? Unless Jojo still was holding grudges because she did not want to sing at her event. But I'm just saying that because they did not have issues with each other, they deserve a sit down, and say, okay, of course, Jojo is still going to support Nonku, but I think Londie London just needs to say, listen, your friend lied, okay? Listen, guys, I haven't had my breakfast. My stomach is crying, okay? She can just say, your friend is lying. You can believe it, you cannot believe it. I did not say that about you, okay? So you can unblock me on social media, okay? You understand? I feel like that, you guys. But I did like the fact that Londie London was so direct about it. She was like, she lied though, okay? And I also, you guys, that whole thing of Nonku versus Lo, because they are saying that the beef between Lo and Nonku is because of the Mamfundisi situation, and the fact that Nonku is not understanding the fact that there is a difference between the two of them, because Lo is not Umfundis. Lo is married to Umfundis and Nonku is Umfundis. Pelo Nonku said she is an ordained minister. Remember, she went to public school and all of that. In fact, if things don't work out in construction and all other things that Nonku is doing, she can just start a church, honey. And knowing South Africa, by next week the church will be full and she'll be getting a nickel. You understand. She can make a living out of that. Okay, so I didn't understand why Nonku is not understanding, because there is a difference there, you guys. Now, you guys, let's go into this Gogo situation, because I don't like the fact that Nonku is always doing that whole thing with the twins. I know the twins talk too much, and I know that they can't be allowed to, guys, because they speak at the same time. I think it's a twin thing. They're always saying the same thing at the same time, when they're trying to speak at the same time. But what I don't like is that even when everybody is speaking, Nonku gets irritated with the twins. Everybody was, saying something, but she always goes shush to the twins. And they also have said, which they have a history of bullying. So they are triggered by things like that, you guys. And she ends up being called Ogogo Nonku by the twins, okay? But not only by the twins, by also Angel. Okay, because she ends up calling Angel the kid, and Angel was not having it. So she said, okay, if I'm the kid, you are also Ogogo. Let me tell you something, you guys. Let me tell you something. The 40-something-year-old might not like it, okay? Might not like it. If you are 40 and above, Ogogo, okay, accept it. Okay, pray about it, fast about it. Ask God, Jesus, the Lord, okay? Ask the gods of your family, okay? Ask the ancestors to help you to accept it, because if you are 40 and above, Ogogo, okay? Does that mean that you are not beautiful? No. Does that mean that you do not dress nice? No. Does that mean that your body is not hot? No. Does that mean that you don't go to nice places? No. Does that mean that you don't have a very good job that pays you very well? No. Does that mean that you are not the OG of Real Housewives? No. Does that mean that your kids are not cute? No. Does that mean that your car is not nice? No. Does that mean that your house is not? No. But if you are 40 and above, oh, go, finish, okay? Can we close that subject, okay? I'm 45, I am Gogo, okay? I even have kids that should call me Gogo, they just don't, because they look at me and I don't look like a Gogo, okay? But I am Gogo. And I think you guys, listen, if we can just accept that, we will not be taking it personal. Somebody just called me that on Facebook, and I was like, thank you very much. I am Gogo. Do you want to meet my grandchildren? You know, guys, you would live a very happy life if you could just do that. Accept it, okay? Accept the fact that you are a grandmother, okay? After 40, you are a grandmother. Okay, your own children might not have children, but other women's children who are your age have children. Okay, so you are a Gogo. Accept it so that you can live a very normal life. Okay, you will not feel insulted by the fact that people are calling you a Gogo. Okay, because it means nothing. It just means you are 40. Like you Gogo. There's somebody out there that looks at you as a Gogo. You are a Gogo. Okay, now it's the same thing as Angel. Okay, you can't be crying because people are calling you young. Okay, then what do you want us to do now? We can't call you a child now. We can't call you old. People with this age situation. When you are young, when you are old, it's simple as that. People just need to pray about it, fast about it. But accept it. Okay. You reach a certain age, you mama, you reach a certain age, you aunt, you reach a certain age, you haven't reached a certain age, that's it, okay? People be crying about nonsense sometimes, you know, and that's what's happening this season. Angela was crying because they called her, babe. But you guys, she was crying about something else too. She was saying that she feels like she defends people and people don't defend her. That was a good point, okay? She's not crying about age. If she's crying about the age thing, I don't get it, okay? You are younger than most people at the table, okay? Get over it. But that one of her not being defended because she defends people, I think you guys just got a point, because I think that they had built that sort of a friendship with Sorisha, and Sorisha seems to be taking Nonku's side in the whole situation, especially when she brought up the bills situation Kanonku. And I'm like, Sorisha, wasuzenza mohle manje sisi, because last season you also brought up Nonku's bills. Uyabona nje omunye futhi ugogo lo ufuna ucorrect. Yes, ugogo vele uSorisha. Ugogo nje uSorisha. Bonke nje fanele ba-accept ukuthi ogogo nje. Abantu abancane laphayana yibona nje laba ofafa laba nomini. Kodwa nje ogogo nje bonke laba. Fanele ba-accept. So uSorisha, I'm like, hayi ke gogo Sorisha. Now nje you brought up Nonku's bill situation. Kodwa ke guys, we have to admit, where there is smoke, there is fire. There's been a few times where Nonku's bills have been brought up, okay? I'm not saying Guti she's not paying at all, but there are bills out there, Kanonku, that have not been paid. Because I'm sure people are not lying. If I'm doing your hair, you guys, I'm not going to go around and say you haven't paid me when you've paid me, because I do want you to come back as my client so that I can do your hair and you pay me. So it doesn't make sense for a hairstylist to go around and say you haven't paid them when you've paid. Okay, and your response should not be just the 1,000 rand. Phela kumako 1,000 rand ukhokha phela 1,000 rand. You understand? So I believe the bills are not being paid. Okay, if some are getting paid, but they definitely bills that are not being paid when it comes to Nonku. Because honey, if you're paying your bills, then the hairstylist is not going to be going around telling the people that you're not paying the bills. Okay, pay the bills. Okay, so that there won't be smoke. Siyakhohlela manje smoke sakho sokuthi wena ucook, okay? Or just cut your hair, honey, okay? I have to go see Joe. Mhlawumbe noJoe nje uzothi angikhokhi. You may never know. But I believe that there are bills out there, Kanonku, that are not being paid. And Sorisha knows. That's why she was shutting that thing down, because she's got the evidence that the bills are not being paid. Now with Angel, I think with Angel, because she thinks she has built a friendship with Usorish, and I say she thinks because guys, reality TV friendships are not friendships, and one day these women would learn, okay, and one day they will stop crying about reality TV friendships, okay. You are friends with the person you went to high school with. You are friends with your neighbor. You are friends with your cousin, okay? But you are not friends with somebody that you are doing a reality TV show with. Get that through your scalp, because listen, otherwise you are going to be crying every season. Nobody's going to defend you. Sorisha is on Nonko and Jojo's side, and she's not moving, okay? The only way that Angel is going to get Sorisha to defend her is if she gets on Nonko and Jojo's side. As long as Angel has this thing of, if Nonko does something wrong, I'm going to call her out. If Jojo does something wrong, I'm going to call her out. She's going to find herself alone, because the newbies are not going to defend her, because of course the newbies are still getting to know her. They don't know her that well. They're not loyal to her, so they're going to let her fight her own battles. The OGs are going to come together against her if she's going to call them off on their behavior, okay? So now, like, she has to decide, honey, okay, are you going to be a grown woman and do the thing of calling the others off? But, you can't be crying every other second now, okay? And then she was standing up and saying, look at my body. Of course, I'm making look at my body, okay? I wanted Nonko to stand up, because I wanted to get the picture of both their bodies standing up so I can be messy in the thumbnail. Anyway, you guys, let me tell you this. Both the women look very hot, okay? I like their bodies. I think they look very hot for their ages, okay? Both of them, okay? But the difference is that, well, as far as I know, Angel has not been under the knife, honey, okay? Not to give birth, not to do nothing, not for cosmetic surgery, for nothing, okay? So her body looks really nice for a natural body. But here's the thing that we forget, you guys. You can't really target somebody with the body. You can't be like, oh my God, look at my body. Because let me tell you something. When we were coming into this world, honey, unfortunately, it's not like the Lord was like, listen, choose flat stomach, pot belly, flat stomach, and we were like pot belly. No. Okay, so even those that have gone under the knife to create their flat stomach, I mean, they did not have a choice. They just came into this world pot belly. I don't know who made that choice for me, but here is my pot belly. Unfortunately, I ain't going under the knife. Okay, so sometimes this whole thing of I have a hot pot, like, okay, and you understand what I'm saying, give us something else. By the way, you guys, I don't know if you guys are noticing. Angel came on Real Housewives of Durban as a construction whatever thing. She was doing construction and she had qualifications that were the same as Nonko certification, this certification, that. You remember? Now she's like, now I do, staff uniform. I'm like, what happened to construction? You understand? And when Nonko questioned things last season, we thought Nonko was just being shady. But now you're not talking about construction. But last year you were a director in a what in construction. Now you're not. Now when Nonko sat down with Angel, because Pela, if construction is your main business, yes, you're doing other things, but construction was like your main. If Nonko is sitting down with you and be like, what are you up to? Be like, oh, construction, but I'm also doing staff uniform now. You understand what I mean? But now she's not talking construction. I'm like, hey, it looks like Nonko might have been right here. Which the construction thing is the parents' thing. Now this season she came back, she was like, let me tell the truth, because the next thing they're going to ask me about those certifications, honey, and I don't know anything about it. Okay, so let me not do it to myself, and let me not do it to myself. So let me talk about the corporate uniform, because it's easy. It's the boots, it's the interbenzo, it's the hat, and that's all. Okay, and I like that Nonko is giving her business, and I hope that she really gives her business. It wasn't just a sit down for the scene on the show. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Yes, you guys. What else have I not talked about? That room situation. Let me say this, you guys. I say it every episode that Nonko is reality TV royalty. Okay, we need her for reality TV show. But let me tell you something. We said this about Nene for years when she was doing Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I hope that honestly, uNonku learns this from Nini. We said this about Nini, and Nini got Nini Leaks. Okay, go and search Nini Leaks if you never watched Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Nini Leaks, she was Real Housewives of Atlanta for a long time. Okay, and every time new cast will come on, and they will be coming for her, she will have that thing. Which I'm the queen. Do you know that? And like the same that Nonku have. Do you know that it can't be your response all the time. Somebody is questioning you. Like, I own this show. I've been doing this show. So I must get a room. Guys, the same things that Unogo is doing, Nene Leaks used to do when they go on trips. She would want the best room because she's the oldest. She's been there. She's been here longer and all of that. She used to do all of those things, which used to irritate the newbies. But the behavior moved from not just her annoying the cast, the fellow cast members, it moved to annoying even the producer, the people that they worked with, the cast, not just the cast, the crew, and then it moved to the production company. And at some point, they had to get rid of Nene Leaks. And after they got rid of Nene Leaks, the viewers complained. They brought her back. The same thing happened. They got rid of her. We thought that the Real Housewives of Atlanta could never survive without Nene Leaks. Okay. And what happened? They are still there. There's been franchises that have been cancelled on Real Housewives, but Atlanta is one that has survived without the one person that we thought it could never survive without. Okay. I can see Nonku getting to that place because I feel like her defense with everything that is happening when they attack it. Do you know who I am? Do you guys know? Do you know? I've been here. That's her response. It's a typical Nene Leaks situation. It's getting to her head that she's the OG. And also she forgets she's not the only OG. That room situation was just nonsense, okay? The fact that she is fighting to take Sorisha's... Just pay the people extra money so you can get the better room. Because Angiti, when you wear 150,000 outfits, then just pay them to get you... whatever is costing whoever has booked the room, whatever is costing them, just pay the extra so that they can get you the best room. Because that's what Sorisha did at the time when they went to Sun City. Her husband did the top up, and then she got the best room. So I really feel like my worry is that with Nonku, that she's getting to that point where it's just like, I can't, because she's getting to that point. Okay. So I don't know, because I know people love Nonku. I love her for the show, but that whole thing with everything, do you guys know? Do you guys know? Do you guys know? It's getting old. Okay, it's getting old. I need new shade. Okay. Nonku International, we get it, okay, but I need new shade from Nonku. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Tell me what you thought about this episode. Like the video before you share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ngitanda kakhulu.